Well, I just got to say it. At last, we will have revenge on Star Wars Shadow Lord. You can't hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, I was worried there for a second. Ha 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 ha. It's going to be crazy phonetics here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
I will talk first, everybody. Good morning. Here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Steven Boster, along with the one, the only, the guy who finally got the legs off this backboard there in the scene with some new comics standing up. I love it, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. So were you like gun shy from Thursday night's episode when we lost our sound for a couple minutes?
I was afraid all of a sudden. Yes, I was. Because I was like, oh my goodness. Because I thought you were saying something when you had your finger up. I thought you said something was going on with it.
I was trying to point at my Darth Maul comic book, but
right whew. Okay, I got work because
that's all.
Yes, I was gun shy. So everybody, the other night we had, he has become one of my favorite authors openly. We had Brian Godawa on the show, and it's technically is my fault on this, but we went to show something. Yeah, Gilgamesh Immortal, sweet. That's one of Brian's books. For those that are listening, Mike held up the book. So I had created a scene within EV Mux so we could share the screen, not realizing that our microphones were not in on that screen, if that makes sense. When you create a scene, you've got to have the audio too, and I had not done that. So kudos to your lovely wife, Brenda, because she's like, we can't hear you. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And so, yes, I wasn't going to look gun shy. I thought it happened again. I'm like, but wait, we're in the scene. We should be able to. So, yeah, I stuttered. So, hey, everybody, it's going to be a fun morning. So here's the deal, everybody. We are talking Maul today, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. And just as a teaser of my viewpoint, Mike's holding up his figure, his Clone Wars Kenner figure. I love how they did those. I love that. Just to give you a hint of what's to come, this is how you do Star Wars. That's what I want to say. So I'm pretty excited about having the conversation with Mike today and stuff. So with that, we've got a lot to talk about today. Mm-hmm. And so, Mike, do you want to go ahead? You guys, we did 2 other recordings this week. And so that's all that took up my time. So we had Brian Godawa on Thursday, and on Tuesday, if you didn't catch that Creators Corner, that was with his name dropped.
Yeah, his name slipped my mind too.
He was a hoot. He was great.
Matt Stevens.
Yes. So we had Matt.
And you can try to say the name of his comic book because you said it better than I did.
Oh, Panopticon.
That's right, Panopticon.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in that. So that Kickstarter starts in a couple of weeks, I think, and then the week before that, last week we had another creator on. He was pretty cool too. That was Sticks and Stones. I did order the digital.
You did.
I got in just before just before. It's like you have 7 hours left. I'm like, oh my gosh! So I got the digital version. So I pre-ordered it. I don't think it's ready yet, or I haven't looked at the email. So, because I was like, that was just a couple of days ago. So, I'm enjoying all these creators corners that we've got, and meeting all these new creators, and just how cool and fun they are, and they've got day jobs. They're just like all of us, you know.
I may need another day job just to get all the stuff from all these different creators.
Right?
It's like, oh man, another one. I can't afford another one.
Right.
So
that's why I did the digital.
Donate to our comic book fund over here,
right? Because we do it on the show and stuff. So
we would much appreciate a Ko-fi donation. You can call it a comic book Ko-fi donation.
Yeah,
that'd be very helpful.
Oh gosh! All right. Well, Mike, you ready to get going? Do you want to do geeky news?
I have no geeky news.
Okay.
It is feast or famine, and well, today's famine. So,
famine.
But I do have Geekdar, so let's jump into that.
Okay.
Controls the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
It's not all he's lost.
All right. So my Geekdar today is actually going to be supporting some local artists, actually from the St. Louis area.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was pretty cool. So last week when Megan and I went to Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there was a couple guys there. Their names are Ray Merrick and Jay Sloan.
Okay.
And they're a couple of the creators from Unparalleled Comics.
Okay.
And
I'll bring up the...
Yep, there's their
page.
Facebook's page right there.
Hey, click on the image, the banner for me for a second.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
That's Dragonfly is their character on that one. He was showing me a little bit before the show, and I was like, "This is great." I love that image right there too. By the way,
the art is fantastic. They do
it really is. Yeah,
really
I'm impressed.
And yeah, apparently this is Dragonfly. Now this is Eclipse.
Okay,
and this is the one I want to talk about because this.
Okay,
I bought issues 1 and 2 of Eclipse, and here I'll show you the cover for.
Oh, here, let me. I'm gonna do full screen for that. Okay, there's Eclipse. Okay,
that's Eclipse issue 1. Now that is the old logo. They have updated their logo. Or no, wait a minute. That's actually the
new logo. That's what you told me. The new logo was 1, and then on issue 2 it had the old logo.
Issue 2 had the old logo. But the thing that caught my eye is if you look in the background, kind of behind the Eclipse logo and behind the female character,
something familiar.
There is the Gateway Arch there. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, whoa, you guys put the arch in your comic book? And they're like, yep, we're from St. Louis. And we decided that we wanted to highlight St. Louis in our books. So Eclipse is a superhero based out of St. Louis. And I just found that fascinating. So I bought the first 2 issues. I read them both. They're good. I'm enjoying them. They're fun. He's a fun character. I really like him. He's sort of Batman-ish in a way.
Okay. With a sword and a gun.
Right. But he'll use a sword and a gun, which I think is pretty cool too. So
nice.
So yeah, check out Unparalleled Comics. I can't find a website for them. Their website seems to be down, but you can find them on Facebook. And I don't know how to get their comic books yet. So
yeah, we're gonna contact them and see if we can't figure all that out.
Right. But yeah, I invited them to be on the show. Haven't heard from them yet, so I may have to reach out for them and see if we can get them on for a Creator's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be pretty cool. And then the other thing I wanted to highlight was was somebody that we did feature on Creators Corner, and a couple months ago, and that was Braxton Cosby. It was the second time we had Braxton on the show, and I started reading his book Yosuke, which is based on a true story of the first African samurai, which I found fascinating. And, I'm just beginning the book. I'm about 6 chapters in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a really good read.
Okay.
So highly recommend Yosuke. And I recommend you go back and watch both the episodes that we had Braxton on. He's a really super nice guy.
He is a great guy. Yeah. Yeah. He's been fun to talk with as well. I'm telling you, this Creators Corner thing we got going on has been great. Just meeting people all over the world.
And it's so funny. All these people start reaching out to us, and we're like, "What?
Yeah, how'd you get a hold of us?" So
how'd you get a hold of us? And we asked, what was it, Steve? We asked him, and he said, "Oh, I just searched for comic book reviewers, and you guys are one of the first ones that pop up." And I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, cool.
Nice. We may need
I
to
guess
start
we're getting a reputation of being comic book reviewers or something."
That's right. Yeah. Or indie artists or yeah. I'll take that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. How cool is that?
Okay. I don't know what I did wrong, but my wife said, "Excuse me." So might be in trouble.
Hey, Sage is in the house.
What's up, Sage?
What's up, dude?
Oh
my goodness. And Roger goes, St. Louis needs a superhero.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we have one. His name is Eclipse.
There you go.
There he is.
We need to try to get those gentlemen on the show. That'll be good.
I'll work on that this week. I'll reach out to him this week and see if we can get him on.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Okay, cool. Anything else on your
geek other than my new comic book displays I got up on my wall?
Those.
You like that? I hope people can see them. I know I'm blocking one of them. I put the 2 Superman Spider-Man issues up, and then since we're doing a Darth Maul focused episode, I put the new Darth Maul comic book up there too.
Nice. Well, my geek dar right now is I'm running through. I'm reading and listening through the new David novel by Brian Godawa.
Nice.
And
Very nice.
and he does the audibles. I mean, it is read by the author. He reads them, and he's not half bad as an audiobook.
I haven't listened to. I've read the first 3 of his novels, which are really good.
Yeah.
I think Noah is still my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really good. I highly recommend these books. They're very cool.
I like the fact that you don't necessarily have to read them in order. But there's something to say because when we got to Uriel, one of the angels, the archangels, I was like, when I was reading David, I was like, wait a minute. I remember him from Enoch Primordial, and also I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, yeah, and I liked when we had Brian on Thursday night, how he said, because you asked him, so is there a particular reading order that we should follow for this? And I don't know, I guess it's a little bit of ADD coming out in me. I want to read them in order, so that's what I'm doing. Not that I actually have ADD, but I think it's a form of ADD. And then the problem is I get distracted. Oh, wait, now I'm like, squirrel.
Yeah. But,
he's got came out now.
Right? I know. Yeah.
But I liked how he said that there is an order that you can follow, but he also said you can just pick your favorite Bible hero and just
Mm-hmm.
dive in that way too, because
Mm-hmm.
they do work as standalone books also.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there is an order to them, but you could just pick. Okay, so I want to read David. Okay, read David. I want to read
Mm-hmm.
Noah. Read Noah. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. And I think that's kind of cool
Yeah.
because that allows somebody to jump into their favorite Bible hero
Mm-hmm.
and read it, and then go, well, wait a minute, I really like this. Okay, now maybe I'll go back and read Noah, or
Mm-hmm.
you know, so on and so forth. Or I'll read Enoch, which is the prequel to Noah, which came after Noah.
Yeah.
Little George Lucas action going on there.
Right. Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of George Lucas and technically Star Wars, I think it's time to get into some Darth Maul Shadow Lord action. What say you, my friend?
Nice segue there.
Okay, let's do this. We're going to hit the main. It's time for the main event. All right, we are talking Maul Shadow Lord, everybody.
I got to show this.
Luna's
I didn't even
original
think about
name
that.
was Eclipse. Oh,
Yes. My dog's original name was Eclipse. When we went to the pound and we picked her out, they had named her Eclipse, and the reason they named her Eclipse was because they got her right around the time of the eclipse. That's why and she's a black dog. And we're like, yeah, it just doesn't feel right. Eclipse.
right.
Because we'll do that. We'll call out the name and go, yeah, it just doesn't feel right. And we picked Luna instead of Eclipse. So
you spell it Loona?
yeah, that's all Megan.
That's it.
Okay.
That was Megan and her obsession with
That comes from Hell of Boss.
yeah, Hell of a Boss. So
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But
Got it.
I call her Looney. A lot of times that's my nickname for her, Looney Tunes.
Gotcha. All right. I'll go for that. Very cool. All right. So I'm excited. Mike, here we go. We're talking now. Technically, everybody, we're talking about Maul Shadow Lord, the entire series. We did the first 2 episodes as, because we love Star Wars stuff. And so we thought, Darth Maul is one of Mike's favorite characters. Mm-hmm. So we thought, let's roll with it and do it. Well, I'm probably going to be talking about 7 and 8 the most.
I think that's let's face it, that's where the majority of the story is at. Is 7 and 8, not saying that the middle stories aren't good. They're good, but let's face it, all the action and everything that surprised us and everything that we wanted happened in 7 and 8.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. So
that they did. So what we'll do, let's see. Let me see if I can get this to do this. Maul Shadow Lord, episode 7 and 8. I'm going to cheat. So, real quick, here's the overview of Maul Shadow Lord. This takes place before the end of Clone Wars. When does this take place in the history?
Well, it takes place definitely before the Solo movie, because you've got Dryden Voss makes an appearance in this, and they talk about the crime syndicate that Dryden Voss is a part of, that Maul ends up eventually taking over. I can't.
Crimson Dawn.
Yes, Crimson Dawn. So you have Crimson Dawn featured in this. So it's definitely before Solo. So maybe a few years after episode 3 then, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Because, I don't want to say too much yet because that's spoilers.
Right. We're going to be careful with spoilers here at the moment. So
right at the moment. At the end, it's all spoilers.
It's all spoilers. All spoilers.
Just to warn you, spoilers are coming because the only thing interesting, well, not the only thing interesting, but the most interesting thing to talk about in this is all spoilerific. So
yeah. In short, if you're asked my synopsis of the story, it's Maul is, I don't remember what planet they're on.
I don't know. There's so many Star Wars planets now, I can't keep track of.
Right. But, he's involved in, kind of returning to an area of where there's some crime syndicates that have betrayed him. And he's pitting two of them against each other. But that then creates a stir that the local sheriff in town, the captain or whatever, it's a whole police force thing, but he's trying to keep things under wraps because if they see Maul, they're supposed to contact the Empire, and he doesn't. And then you find out why. What he knows is the Empire just takes over and does what the Empire does because Inquisitors show up. But then Inquisitors show up, and then at the same time, you've got a Jedi Master and his Padawan who kind of in the shadows having to beg for food, and
Jedi Dino Master.
Dino Master, that's pretty funny. And then Maul is trying to figure out a way to escape the planet since the Empire is there and knows after him. And then the last two episodes are trying to make that escape possible, and just all the stuff that ensues. And then there's some really incredible moments, especially in the last two episodes. If you were asked me my opinion on this show, as a whole, what's our ranking system? What do you do? What do you want to do for our ranking system?
Shoot. How about Darth Maul lightsabers?
Darth Maul lightsabers. Sounds good to me. So the dual blade lightsabers. I would give this series a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10.
That's exactly what I was going to give it to.
Really? Now,
yes.
If you ask me the last two episodes, 10 out of 10.
I'm still going to say 8, but I have a reason why.
Okay.
And
this will be good. All right.
It's nothing that there's anything wrong with it. It's just, well, I can't say because it's spoilerific.
That's okay. It'll be great conversation when we get there. So, okay. Sounds good. But I mean, openly, I was like, yes, this is Star Wars. This is what I want out of Star Wars.
So what was it? I think it was Monday. You texted me, and I had not watched the last two episodes yet. I think it was Monday, and you texted me.
It was Monday.
And all I get a text that says, now that's how you do Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it, I read it, and I smiled, and I responded, I'm guessing you're talking about Maul, and I haven't watched them yet.
Yeah, I was like, oops.
But I take that as promising.
Yeah. Yes. And then when you saw the last two episodes, what'd you think? Did you agree?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, I did. I was like, wow. Yeah, Steven's right. It was very good.
Oh, that's recorded. Did you guys catch that? It said Steven is right.
I can edit it out, though.
That's true. You could. Oh, my goodness. So, all right. Well, everybody, there's kind of our reviews. Would I want to watch it? So when I first watched it, I watched it off of my phone. And
what?
And I know, just how
can you watch Star Wars on your phone, especially the first time? That's crazy.
I know it is crazy, but because of those last two episodes, I made sure to watch them at night with my TV and my little backlight action going on with the
there.
TV
I bet that looked really good.
It is really good. Yeah,
but there's a lot of red too.
There's a lot of red. Yes, there's a lot of red. But yeah, it looks really cool. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll record some of the ending
Oh, you
sequences.
need to do that because I want to see it. I want to see what it looks like.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Cool.
I'll do that for you.
It's
I
not
do
like
it
I
at
can
night,
come over
though.
your house and watch it. So
Yeah. It's all good. All good. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, are we ready to go to spoilerific territory?
yeah,
All right,
I've
everybody.
been waiting all week to go spoilerific.
We are going spoilerific territory. So just want to give you a heads up at this point in time. We're just going to talk all the stuff that happens and goes on. There's a lot there. There's a lot of questions I have for Mike because he's my resident Star Wars expert for me that I have to ask him some questions on. And so if you don't want to get spoiled on this, and you haven't already, because, man, there's videos and pictures and everything already blasting the internet.
Yeah,
on
I don't.
episodes.
At this point, I don't know how you don't know what is happening.
I'd be impressed though if someone's able to do that. So I'd say kudos to them to how do they keep from not getting it spoiled. But here's the deal: we're going to hit that. So please watch it. If you don't want to be spoiled, we want to honor that. So stop watching us now. Come back at almost half an hour point in the show so that you can enjoy the last 2 episodes of Maul if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen the series, you kind of waited so you can binge watch it. Oh, more power to you. That's awesome. It is worth binge watching. I'll say that. So
Yeah,
there's another thing for us. You know how we always say, like, is it worth buying, or if we're seeing in the theater, is it worth watching on, streaming service and stuff? Is it worth binging? I think is another one. Absolutely, it's worth binging.
Well, when you bring up theater, man, I would love to see these last 2 episodes in a theater.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, see this on
a big screen,
giant screen. Marcus's, what do they call Marcus's giant screen, Megan? I don't know. Anyway,
you talking about Marcus Theaters?
Yeah, Marcus Theaters. I can't think of what they call their giant screen, but
Gigantor.
Man, if I could see this on that screen, that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I would love it. Although I'm going to see Mandalorian next or a couple weeks on
weeks. Mandalorian.
I wasn't super excited about Mando until there was a little 1 minute. Oh, the Ultra screen. Yes, thank you, Brenda. My wonderful wife came in with the answer for me. I wasn't real excited about Mando until this past week. After watching an episode of Maul, a thumbnail for Mandalorian and Grogu came up on Disney Plus, and I was like, well, I know the movie's not up there yet, so what do they got on here? And I clicked on it, and it just had a 1 minute scene from the movie, and I went, oh, wow, okay, I want to watch this now. I mean, I was gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong. It's Mandalorian, and I do enjoy the Mandalorian series. But after watching it, I actually got excited about it, and I had not been really excited about it. So,
nice.
If you haven't watched that, I would recommend going and watching it on Disney Plus. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
And there's some other stuff in there I haven't watched yet, but that's the main thing, that just that 1 minute clip from the movie, and your jaw is going to go, whoa.
Whoa. All right. I'll definitely watch that tonight. I will watch that with my little back screen lit up and all that stuff. So I'll do that.
I'm starting to get jealous of that now.
It just adds a little extra. It's not like it's life-changing or anything. But what we're talking about is our Govee strips, everybody, Govee strips. And you can get different ones for different reasons, but their premier one, which it's about, you can get it on sale at Amazon for like $60-$70, I want to say. And they're just LED strips, but it comes with a camera. And then the camera, you set it on top of, just like you would set your camera on your computer and stuff like that. You set it on the top of your TV, and it's looking down at the TV, and it will pull the colors and shine those colors on the LED strips behind your TV on the wall.
That's cool.
And so it's pretty cool. It was I quite enjoyed it. I do enjoy it, actually. For action, it's great. It'll blow your mind with Into the Spider-Verse, those movies, because they're so frenetic. It just, whoa. And that's what Brian Ramsey did, from Three Geeky Dads had it. And he showed a clip of watching one. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to have one of those, kind of a thing. So I saved up a little bit for it so I could order it.
I'll bet you the episode 1 lightsaber battle between Qui-Gon, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan, I'll bet you that would be good on it. And then I'll bet you the lightsaber battle in episode 3,
Revenge of the Sith,
Anakin and Obi-Wan, would be really good on it too. And then I would want to watch The Empire Strikes Back one also. Just put all 3 of those back to back, watch it with the Govee strip, and
There we
let
go.
me know what it looks like.
Okay, I will do that. Maybe I'll videotape it a little bit for you too, so that way I'll send it to you. All right. Well, hey everybody. We digress, but anyway,
Sorry.
Cool shows, cool stuff on there. What's Mike? I'll let you open the door on this. What would you like to talk about first, or what is your most more favoritists, section in the?
You really got to ask what my favorite part of this is. Really?
No, I don't. I'm just leading in. I'm trying to lead in. That's what I'm trying to do.
I was very surprised when a particular character showed up, because I wasn't sure we would ever get this meetup in the Star Wars universe. Mm-hmm. And it's something that Star Wars fans have been dreaming about since 1999. Mm-hmm. After The Phantom Menace was released, everyone wanted to see Darth Maul versus Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And we finally get it. Oh, it was so cool.
It was fantastic.
Freaking awesome. Now,
my favorite line was Darth Maul sits there and goes, What are you?
Yes. I loved that. That was awesome. Now, I will explain why I give it an 8 and why in particular these 2 episodes is why I give it an 8 actually. This probably could have been a 10. And I only say that and there's nothing we can do about it. But unfortunately, Star Wars has been shoehorned into not being able to give us a definitive answer of who would be more powerful. Now, I think the answer has to be Darth Vader. I really believe it has to be Darth Vader. But we couldn't get that definitively, because it's not like Maul could kill Vader or Vader could kill Maul, because both of their deaths, as in the Doctor Who universe would say, is a fixed event. You can't change those events. Mm-hmm. So that's a fixed event in time. So unfortunately we couldn't get that, but I think what we got was almost the next best thing. The next best thing would have been having this in live action. That would have been the next best thing, but almost the next best thing we could get to that. It was fantastic. The animation looked great. Vader looked great. He looked menacing.
He did look menacing.
Oh my gosh. They are doing Vader right lately. I mean, with the whole hallway scene in
Rogue One,
we got that. And it was like, oh, dang, this is the Vader we've always wanted. And then this menacing Vader hunting them down, hunting down Darth Maul, Devin, Master Dino.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I can't say his name. Iko Diodaki.
Daki. I just say Master Daki.
Yeah, Master
Dino Daki.
Master Dino. Yeah, him hunting them down, and oh my gosh, the scenes when that first scene. So they're all staring into this fog
in this jungle, and it's just fog, right?
and all of a sudden the one Mandalorian comes out and she's screaming, "What is it? What is it?"
Terrified.
And then all of a sudden you just see her just get swooped down. And it's like, and they're all of, including Maul. You can even see fear on Maul's face. Like, what the heck just happened?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the appearance of Darth Vader. And it was like, oh my gosh.
And that's how episode 7 ended. You're like, no, I need to see more. Hurry up. You know, the skip to the next episode button was not quick enough.
We should have had either Luke Skywalker going, "No, it's impossible,"
right?
Or Vader at the end of Revenge of the Sith, "No."
Yes,
we should have had that right there.
But it was right out of a horror story where the Mandalorian, she gets dropped to the ground and then gets pulled back into the mist by some unseen quote unquote force. And it was like, at that point I was like, no, because when the two Inquisitors said, please inform him they're on their way to him. And at that point I'm like, oh, and I thought openly, because it was Inquisitors, I really thought, oh, maybe it's the Grand Inquisitors going to make an entrance kind of a thing.
Yeah. That would have made sense too.
I would have thought, oh, okay, it's probably Grand Inquisitor or something like that. But then my brain went, but they didn't say, they said just him. And so then when that horror scene of the fog popped in, I was like, what? I was like the giddy little school kid. How does Darth Vader like his steak?
Dun 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 dun
dun dun dun. Well done, dun 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 dun. Well done. All right. Very good, Brenda.
Not really. That's a bad joke.
So I was surprised it was Vader openly, because I'm like, they're not going to bring Vader in on the first season.
I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it either. Now, was I pleasantly surprised and giddy and happy like a little schoolboy? Yes. Like, yeah, this is great.
I hope we don't have Vader showing up all the time, because that's going to be counterproductive.
No, I would concur.
Because again, Vader he can't kill Darth Maul, because we've seen Darth Maul's. No, we've seen him die twice.
Well, that's true.
I guess technically he did not die at the end of Phantom Menace, but there is that. And then we see his death in Rebels, which is the official death of Darth Maul, which I do like that. I like that Obi-Wan got his. Well, he's not supposed to get revenge, but let's face it, Obi-Wan kind of got revenge.
Yes. Yeah.
And I like that. So I don't want to see that rewritten. I don't want to see it retconned. That's for sure. So you can't have Darth Maul in here all the time. I think if they bring Darth Vader back, I think it has to be at the very end of the series. And he really has to strike some fear into Darth Maul at that point. I mean, I think he already has, but I think at the end, you have to leave it with something where Vader is just leaving him just completely broken and terrified, is what I think. Well, leave it at.
It does make me wonder on the whole aspect of, here's this fear, is this what are you statement that will drive Maul to be better at being a Sith. So you see what I mean? It's like, I've experienced something more powerful, more frightening than I could have ever imagined, and therefore I need to push. And therefore that also pushes him for the very last thing in the whole series was our turn. Are we getting the Darth Talon?
Oh, yes. You mean Devin?
Devin into Talon. Yeah.
into
Are we
Talon.
getting that?
Yeah. I think at this point it's relatively safe to say that Devin is the new Darth Talon, or she's going to become Darth Talon. And I think those seeds had been planted since the first episode. Because Devin, from episode 1, I don't think Devin really saw eye to eye with Master Daki. You got this whole thing of, I get that the Jedi are supposed to be pacifists. I get that. But man, he seems to take it way too far. Oh, well, you just give yourself up to the authorities and all will be fine. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not the way the Empire. This is not. How does Han Solo say it? That's not how the Force works. That's not how Star Wars works. I don't think he understands the Empire one bit. When Darth Maul tells him, "You don't understand how this thing works," I think in a way he's right. I think Master Daki is a little naive for a Jedi Master anyway.
Yeah.
And I could see the seeds in the very beginning of doubt in her mind about her master. She had her allegiance to her master. She, she was loyal to him and all that. And I see that she respected him, but there was a lot of doubt. So I think it was easy for Darth Vader or Darth Maul to get his talons in her.
Ah, nice. Nice. I see what you did there. I like that. Yes. Well, there's something to be said about
use your anger, strike me down
with all of your hate. Here's the thing about that. The thing about the Darth Maul, her Revan's viewpoint was, you're right, that she was very much early on. She was like, this isn't right. There's a pragmatic viewpoint that if we're doing good or if we're doing the light side, things should be easier for us. But yet it's not. So it's this, it sounds like this push-pull in her for the very beginning. Now that you mention it, you're absolutely right. Like, she had no problem stealing some fruit so they could eat, because what took precedence? We need to eat. We need sustenance. Took precedence over whether something else was considered right or wrong. Is that just a social construct versus what's the right thing to do? It's not who is right, like whose rules they are, but what is right. And taking care of someone else is what is right. So she's like, I'll steal something. So, and maybe that's the whole thing with the Sith. I can't remember that
wasn't the only thing she stole. She stole a ship too.
Well, yeah.
And he wasn't happy about that either when she stole a ship.
That's right.
Which I found funny. I was like, in a way, there's a bit of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon within their relationship. Although I don't think Qui-Gon was quite the pacifist that Master Daki is. Qui-Gon had fight in him,
right?
Which I don't think. I mean, Daki had fight when he was cornered, he would fight. But that's the only time he would fight, and I don't believe Qui-Gon was that way. But Obi-Wan, there were a lot of times Obi-Wan did not see eye to eye with Qui-Gon. I've read some other stories outside of Phantom Menace, that showed that relationship between the two of them, and they didn't start to have a better relationship until closer to Phantom Menace. Right. And I could see some of that between Devin and Daki, but again, I think there was more seeds of doubt in Devin than there ever was with Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan had complete and total respect for Qui-Gon. We see that in the Obi-Wan series at the end when he finally gets to commune with Qui-Gon and such. And of course, you know, when her master gets killed, which I got to say, that was a surprise of how it happened. Wasn't a surprise it happened.
No, you had called it early that he was going to die.
Oh, I knew he was going to die, because that's going to be what draws her to Darth Maul, you know, or well, draws her, even more draws her, because she was already being drawn to Darth Maul. But I knew that was what's going to drive her there. That's going to drive her there with a force.
Push her hard.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I expected Darth Maul to kill him, actually. I expected it to be kind of off to the side, that she wouldn't have seen it, and he would have killed her master and then manipulated her. That's what I was predicting. I did not predict he would die at the hands of Vader.
Yeah. Which was better, which I thought made it better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, because the emotional weight was there for her. And I think they needed that for her story.
Well, even the aspect of, you know, Vader and Vader was being fought by Daki and Maul. I mean, together side by, which that was a great sequence. The two of them together. And most of it, Darth Vader was one-handed. Did you catch that? And I'm just like,
oh yeah, at the beginning, Darth Vader is just, he's one-handed, and like, you guys are like flies, you know?
Right.
You're just gnats that are annoying me is all you were. And then Vader gets a little bit more of, okay, they're a little more of a threat than I anticipated. And that's when you see him going two-handed with it, more samurai style, you know, which, by the way, that's the way George Lucas really intended the lightsabers to be more samurai style than how later in episode 1 they become more, I don't know, ninja.
Okay.
You know, because then we get all the jumping around and flipping around and all that stuff, you know. But originally they were supposed to be more handled like a broadsword, is how they were supposed to be handled. Heavy and bulky. And that's kind of the way that Vader handles the sword in this, which I actually liked. I thought it was cool, you know, because that kind of takes us back to the original idea of a lightsaber and stuff. So it all depends on how you like your lightsabers, I guess. I mean,
or how you like your victims. Extra crispy.
Extra crispy.
Well done. Done. Sorry. I had to bring that back. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. There's a point. One of the things that was notated was Vader did not speak at all. Why do you think that is? I really wanted to get your opinion on this. He didn't say anything, didn't say who he was, didn't say, you know, when they said, "What are you?" or, you know, when he answered that, there was no talking. Was that all part of the menacing side, or I was curious to get your opinion on this.
I think there's a real world answer to that, and then I think there's an in-universe answer to that.
Okay.
The real world is, I just don't think they were ready to bring James Earl Jones's recordings into this particular series at the moment.
Okay.
I think that's the in world, the real world answer.
The real world answer. Okay.
The in universe is, yes, I think Darth Vader is trying to keep his anonymity, himself hidden of who he possibly, you know, because there is a possibility that Maul can figure out who Vader is, you know. I mean, Maul knew who Anakin was, you know. That was something else. I secretly thought that Vader just is like, oh, I'm going to beat the crap out of you for trying to run over me with your speeder bike, you jerk.
Yeah, right.
Anakin, duck.
Right. Yeah, I
that
think
ran through my head too.
When I sat there and saw him talking, I was like, I wonder if Vader remembers, or excuse me, Darth Vader remember looking back, going, "Hey, I remember seeing you when I was a little kid," or
I think Vader knows exactly who he is. I mean,
he already knew who he was. I mean,
right.
It's Darth Maul. They knew Darth Maul.
Well, the Emperor specifically sent him after Darth Maul, you know, and that's on purpose too, because basically the Emperor is going, I'm pitting my two apprentices against each other, you know.
Yeah.
And basically he's sending Vader, new and improved, to show his former apprentice, look what I've got now.
Yeah.
You know, you're nothing. That's what he's sending Maul a message, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, this is all the Emperor's his scheming. You know, he's done this since day one. Mm-hmm. That's who he is, you know. He plays mind games too, and that's what he's doing here. He is screwing with Darth Maul. He's just screwing with him. Yeah. You know, he's getting into Maul's head, and he's loving it, which I got to say makes for great fodder for the show.
Yep. Yeah, it's fabulous. Now, one thing I'll say is, did you think that the fight sequences there with the brothers, you know, with the Inquisitors and with even Vader were fast? Now, let me rephrase that. Not fast. We got great battle time. I mean, there's a great sequence of battle, you know, of fighting and stuff like that. But it was so quick. Like the sword fighting was so quick. It was hard to. It's like having shaky cam in some of those action movies and stuff. It goes by so quick, so fast. You almost can't really see what's happening or going on.
No, I agree with you. Some of the scenes are hard to tell what's going on. And it does go very fast, especially goes fast with the Inquisitors. And I think that's because you're seeing the two different styles of fighting. Because with Darth Maul and the Inquisitors, you're getting more of the Darth Maul style of fighting. But then when you go back to Vader, it's a little bit more the original, you know, way that George Lucas originally intended it. Plus, you have that horror factor going on. You know, you have the impeding, you know, horrific monster hunting him down. So, and a lot of that needs to be in the shadows and hidden, and because I think that makes it more intense, more scary. And I think I'm pretty sure Dave Filoni is the producer of this. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
let me ask you.
I think that's his intent in this.
In keeping with that, this impeding horror. One of the things that Daki says, you know, is he says it's a dark lord of the Sith. And so where do we get, you know, is Maul really a dark lord, or is it, you know, Darth? Is it a level like instead of Darth Vader, it's Lord Vader, or help me understand.
That's a good question.
The system of hierarchy within the Sith.
Okay. I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial here.
Okay.
Darth Maul was never actually a Sith. Never. Not from day one. Darth Maul was a assassin. That's what he is meant to be. He was the Emperor's assassin. Kind of like Mara Jade in the Heir to the Empire, the
Emperor's Hand,
the true sequel trilogy, the real secret trilogy, not that fake crap that Disney created.
Man, if they did that series, that would be great.
Oh gosh, I wish they. Well, there's part of me that doesn't want Disney to touch it.
There's a rumor of they're retconning the sequel trilogy.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
Filoni's already writing all this stuff to be, you know, put into, you know, to connect with the sequel trilogy. It's not happening. Yeah. Stop. We all need to quit dreaming. It's not going to happen. If you want the real secret sequel trilogy, just go read Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire, because that's it.
All right. Yeah.
That's
okay.
true.
Back to the he was assassin and never a Darth.
Yeah, I believe that he was a lot more of what Mara Jade became in Heir to the Empire. She was the Emperor's hand. She was his secret assassin. And I really believe that's what Darth Maul was. Now, Darth Maul was given the promise by Darth Sidious that he would be the apprentice. This is why Darth Maul is so angry, because that promise was never fulfilled. So because of that, I don't consider Darth Maul an actual Sith Lord. That's why I say that.
That's why there's a difference. Yeah.
He's trained in the Sith arts, just like Qui-Gon said. Qui-Gon said that in episode 1. He's definitely trained in the Jedi arts. But he is not actually a Sith Lord, where Vader is a Sith Lord. And I think when Master Daki says that, that really gets the wheels turning in Darth Maul's head. Like, oh crap, he took over what I was supposed to become. And that's why also at the end, you get him telling Devin, we will have our chance at revenge. Which I hate telling him this. It's never going to happen. Because it can't. He can't get his revenge.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun ride to get there.
Yeah. But it also even points to why Maul was so, like, his experience with Devin, I think, is also what leads him, no matter what may happen with Devin, what happens with why he likes Ezra. Like, he tries to mold Ezra Miller. Not Ezra Miller. That's the actor. Sorry, you guys, but Ezra
from Rebels.
Ezra from Rebels. Yeah.
I can't think of what Ezra's last name is either. Goodness. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah. But anyway,
you're right. He tries to mold Ezra too.
Yeah. And so because he knows, again, because of this horror situation, this whole moment of meeting Lord Vader, Dark Lord Vader, that he's like, yeah, I can't do this on my own. I've got to have someone just as good as me. I need an apprentice alongside of me.
Well, and he was eyeing her before they ever met Vader.
Yeah.
He's been eyeing her since episode 1 of the series.
Of the series.
Oh, yeah. His plan has been since episode 1.
Right.
I want that girl to be my apprentice. She's going to be my apprentice.
It's kind of interesting because even with the Sith, they're always scheming. They're always got plans and think ahead. Where the Jedi are like, hey, we just go with the flow, man.
You got the Jedi sounding like a hippie.
Right? Just go with the flow. And there is Eastern mysticism that's like that, like the Tao, someone who, a Taoist would be very much, hey, stuff just happens and I just flow with it as a fish in a stream, kind of a thing. So that would make me think that. Creeper.
I think that's what Brent is saying, that Darth Maul is a creeper.
Right on. So anyway, I just find that interesting because Maul is almost like, I don't want to say a master strategist, but by golly, he's thought things through. He sees things through. He's patient with the plan. Things happen. He adapts.
I think that all comes from Darth Sidious's tutelage. Because look how long Darth Sidious planned. He had started his planning long before even episode 1. If you read the novel, oh gosh, why can I never think of the name of that book?
Lords of the Sith?
No. It's basically his origin. Gosh, I can't think of it.
Plagueis?
Yes, Darth Plagueis. He had started his planning back then in that novel. And I know Disney's deemed it Legends. Oh, I hate that. I hate that term. I really do. But I look at Darth Plagueis as canon to Star Wars. It's in my head canon. Sorry.
That's all right.
I cannot separate that as Legends. It's in my head canon and it's staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Disney, you're wrong. I don't care if you hold the keys to the kingdom. You're wrong.
Well, it almost looked like they were bringing him in on the Acolyte series, that last little scene or something.
Oh, they were. They were. I didn't like where that was going either. Please leave our original stories alone. Because you guys screw them up. See, that's why I don't want them to touch Heir to the Empire, because I'm afraid they're just going to screw it up. You know, it's not going to be. It won't be what we read in the novels, and then I'm just going to be ticked off again. And so just leave those novels alone.
Yeah,
let us enjoy them the way they are, and either that or let some fan make them. Then, because the fan will do them exactly the way the novels are, and we'll like that.
Unless they did it as a series, then you could get all the main points in, as the novels are, rather than trying to, because a lot of times it's trying to take a novel that's an 8-hour story, bop it down to 2.
True.
And so,
but then you'd be upset that it was a TV series and not a movie.
That's true too.
I mean,
I think
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
A lot of stuff's filler. You know what I mean? They just fill it, when they do series. But if you do a book, if you would adapt a book, I would think that it wouldn't be like that.
Well, you would hope.
Yeah.
But again, I don't have a lot of faith in Disney. That's the problem. I just don't have a lot of faith in them. I've seen them mess things up too many times now. But maybe now that Kathleen Kennedy's out and Dave Filoni's taking more control, maybe we're seeing a turn in things, because the Maul series is really good. I really enjoy this. Like you said, that's how you do Star Wars. And I got to say, I was very happy with this series, and I'm happy to see it's going to continue. Because I had no idea that this series would go more than one season. Honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be one and done.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to see that it's going to continue. Now, I don't think it needs to continue too long, though. Maybe 2 to 3 seasons most.
We'll get more about Crimson Dawn as takeover of Crimson Dawn, possibly, or
right.
So,
when does Maul take over Crimson Dawn? Because
I don't know. We need a timeline, everybody.
Right. Because I don't think he actually takes over until Kira, is that her name? In Solo, when she kills Dryden Voss. Because she kills Dryden Voss, and then that's when Darth Maul appears. And I will never forget when Darth Maul appears to her. I looked at Brenda and I went, "Where are we in the timeline?"
Right?
And she looked at me and went, "I don't know." And I went, "Yeah, I wasn't really asking you. I was just kind of asking."
Right.
But yeah, I was just like, where the heck are we in the timeline? Darth Maul's here. Can Darth Maul be here? I was so confused when that happened. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one. But now we're kind of getting those connecting dots between episode 3 and Solo and so on and so forth. So, which is kind of cool. I like it. Yeah. I'm here for it. So,
yeah. Anything else about the series that you want to chat or talk about? Because we're rounding out. We're getting close to our hour.
I'm just looking forward to Devon becoming Darth Talon. I'm assuming she's going to take on that title. I think that'll be cool. I hope she ends up looking more like Darth Talon and gets the markings. I don't know how they'll do that. Yeah, how they do that, but I would like to see that happen because I want to see her look more like the Darth Talon character. So I'm looking forward to that. it's going to be interesting to see the dynamics between Dryden Voss and
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. I wasn't really, I never really thought I would want Dryden Voss back, but I think that's going to be an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing what comes with those, those dynamics there. Little bit disappointed that we lost what's his face, the cop, Lawson.
Yep, Captain Lawson.
But I liked his death. It was a good hero's death, so I enjoyed that. And we didn't really talk about him, but I like Two Boots. Two Boots is a fun character.
Okay.
How did you recognize me without my boots?
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know.
Right.
It was funny. Two Boots was a great character. I liked him. And I'm getting a feeling that Riley, Brander Lawson was the cop, and his son is Riley. I'm getting the feeling that Riley will be sort of our moral compass in season 2.
Okay.
Because I don't think we've seen the end of Riley yet. Because obviously Riley and Two Boots are going to go on. And Riley and Devin kind of have this relationship together there. And I think he's going to be the yin to Darth Maul's yang.
Okay. Speaking of Taoist, yin and yang is a Taoist thing. So yeah, sorry. Okay. I like it. Well, I can't wait for it. This was a good series. I'm glad we did a show on it. We sat there and talked about stuff. It was good. Star Wars is back, baby.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Right.
Gotta get my underwear at Kmart.
I'm a good driver.
No, I'm an excellent driver.
That's true.
Lopner's on it 4.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right. Well, everybody, hey, thanks for joining us, hanging out with us here to talk Star Wars and Maul Shadow Lord series, which was just fantastic and splendorific. If you would please check out our website at www.2geeksmic.com. That's the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. There you will find all things Two Geeks. I almost said Two Boots. Oh gosh!
How did you recognize me without my boots?
Yep. Oh, that's funny. If you want to reach out to us, check us out. Go ahead and reach out to us at show@2geeksmic.com, just with ideas, thoughts, opinions, feelings about the show or episodes, topics. We love hearing from you. Also, you can check out our merch page at twogeeksmicmerch.com. And there we've got some merch there that you can check out. You can get to it from our main website as well. And you can also get to our Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/2geeks, and where we have like a $1 tier, $2 tier, and a $3 tier where you just hang out. It helps support us and what we do to pay for the show, because it adds up, all the little things all to do for the year and stuff. So
podcasting ain't cheap.
Right? There's worse vices, I guess, that are more expensive. Oh, guy. Oh, real quick, nobody fool. Forgot to say hi. Now goodbye.
Oh,
goodbye, man.
Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. So, all right. Well, with that, Mike, anything else you got?
Real quick, I'm also going to highlight another comment. Brenda was commenting on Heir to the Empire. A fan version would be much more better. Cheers.
Nice.
Since we didn't really get one in this episode. All right. If you made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. We are active on Facebook and Instagram. I try to post funny memes. Some of them I make, some of them I steal. If I come across one that I think is really, really good, sometimes I'll go, "Oh, I'm taking that for two geeks."
Nice. That's all right.
But you know what? Everything's fair in love and podcasting. What can I say?
There you go.
Anyway, and also I try to put any kind of fun, geeky, relative information. Could be, releases of movies, comic books, or just comic book anniversaries in general, possibly. But most of all, I will post when we go live. And when we go live is every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't like math. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. And we're actually on Rumble this morning.
Woohoo!
Because I remembered to set up the link before we went live.
Right on.
I'm bad about that. Rumble needs to give me more time. Stop limiting me to less than 24 hours before I can set up a link. Gosh.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint over there. Other than that, we love you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any last words, funny anecdotes, etc.?
Nope. That's all good,
All right.
man.
With that said, please do not Steven skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.